What's guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're reacting to the 10th episode of 86 and the penultimate episode. This one is titled Thank You. I have no idea where we're going now. Like, genuinely, the last episode felt so perfect to season ender that I genuinely do not know what's going to happen now. I assume we're just going to continue on and set up with a cliffhanger, not at the end of this episode, well, maybe at the end of this episode, but with the final episode next week. I'm imagining we're going to set up something so that we're ready for part 2, which is coming. Well, have they actually said when the part is coming? Because we're kind of just assuming that it will be in October, because that follows the usual split core format, but it might not. They still haven't necessarily said. And maybe at the end of next week's episode we'll get official confirmations, like we'll be airing in fall 2021, winter 2022, something like that. I imagine it's going to be around about that time, but I guess we'll see. And then, yeah, I'm just assuming we'll do some setup for that. But as for this episode, I genuinely don't know where it's going to go. I don't, because, like I said, last episode was a perfect finale. We had Shin face his brother, and end up defeating his brother with some help from Lena, who managed to convince Annette, well, I'm not sure if convince is the right word, kind of bully Annette into giving control of the Republic's artillery system, which in of itself is visually very impressive to see it enact. But a 52% dud rate, I think it was in the end, on that screen, that's terrible. Like, 50% of your ordnance that you're firing does not detonate. That's really bad. Like, that's really, really bad. Like, I think in World War II, that would still be considered a bad dud rate. Well, I'm just trying to think of, like, World War II bombs. I think artillery themselves didn't have that bad of a dud rate, but maybe, like, bombs from, like, aircraft and stuff, which would have such a problem, but yeah. Yeah, it's absolutely terrible. But it ends up working in our advances to just stop the brother for long enough so that Shin could regain his consciousness from that fight, and then end up winning that fight. The weird arm-like things that came out, which are like nanomachine things, they're creepy, and it makes me think, okay, if this is just on a Shepherd unit, and a Shepherd unit that we've destroyed in the first part of the series, that makes me wonder, okay, what comes above that? Because you've got your regular troops and your different types, so just like having a real army, you'd have your armored divisions, you'd have, well, back in the day, you'd have your cavalry, and then you'd have your regular ground infantry, your artillery, like, all different components that make up your military, your air force, and your navy, and all that. You have your general purpose, but you have a commanding officer over them. In this case, it was the Shepherds. Who's above them? Who is ultimately leading the Legion? Like, I know the whole thing of Legion is like a collective consciousness. We are Legion, for we are many, and that quote, right? But is there still a hierarchy and someone at the very top? If there is, my money is it being the potentially being Lena's dad, just because why not? I mean, you have a mysterious dead parent who we don't know much about. It makes sense that they'd eventually use that against us. I mean, it just seems very typical of the genre to do something like that. But yeah, I don't know what follows that. But we're still moving out into the Empire's territory. Lena lost communications with us, so Lena is now alone, away from us, but we'll be inheriting the next Spearhead Squadron that are being sent to die, essentially. I wonder what her actions are going to be. I don't know if we're going to focus on that so much this episode. Like, maybe it will be. Like, maybe this is her thank you. Like, thank you, Spearhead Squadron, for everything you've taught me. Or if it's going to be like, thank you, Lena, for being, like, the one person in the Republic that we actually kind of liked. I'm not sure where they're going with it, but something to that effect. But I guess we'll see what ends up happening. Because last episode was so goddamn good. I don't know how you can top that and, like, build a good finale here, but they've got to do something, because we've got 2 more episodes, so I guess we'll see. Loading the episode up here, as per usual. As per usual here on the channel, we do time-based. So bottom left of the screen, you'll see a time for the episode. I count down 3, 2, 1, play. Play, you start the episode, I start the episode, and we should be in sync. We do Patreon members can obviously get the full picture-in-picture version, so £4 a month gets you access to that. We also do movie reactions and Patreon show requests like World Trigger, Log Horizon Season 2, Symphony G, and such. Next weekend on Saturday will be the I Want to Eat Your Pancreas movie that you guys voted on as well. But for this here, we don't have any intros or anything, but you can use screen flash on my face, the mic, all this part of my headset to tell when the scenes are transitioning. That should help you sync it up as we go along. So, with all that said, let's get into this week's episode, shall we? In 3, 2, 1, play. Okay, we're outside. So I guess we're going to be going to see Spearhead. You know, railways. Juggernaut. Yep, still travelling. Don't have many supplies left on that little supply train, do we? We expended a lot of ammunition in that fight alone, and we've still got more coming, so... Wildlife still prospering. Comes the rain. Turn out the lights, see if the Cool, that's a lot of them, isn't it? No, Peter. Okay, interesting little intro sequence there. So yeah, the reason why you guys said like it felt like a good finale point is because that was like the end of Volume 1 essentially, and this story was written initially just as a one-off for like a competition or something. I think you guys said. So they like wrote Volume 1 as like this is the story, and then they expanded upon it as time went on. I'm really goddamn curious where we're going this episode though. I assume transition to whatever Volume 2 is, but how do you transition? Alright, here we go. October 48, okay. Gotta use the bridge. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Yeah, like where were you rushing to? Hmm. So many. Hmm. There really is. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Right. I have a horrible theory about that. Because he can hear the voices of the dead, right? I have theories on Fido. Interesting. Hmm. Okay. Ominous tunnel. Hmm. Hmm. Fine, I found something. What did we find? Yeah. Found a boiler. Okay. Interesting. Mm-hmm. Oh, fucking adorable. Mm-hmm. Yeah. He finally got some closure. Mm-hmm. Closure like that can really just release you in a way. Hmm. Mm-hmm. You go back to that tunnel. Hmm. Almost certainly that tunnel where he heard something. Hmm. And the animal's still in there, or? Oh, yeah, they've long dead. That makes sense. Hmm. What's he looking at? A legion. Hmm. Hmm. Finish me, end me, something along those lines. Never mercy kill. I actually gave a gun sound that time. This is a very early ED, okay. Okay, we're looking for other empires. Or countries, I guess. A rumor that the Legion doesn't leave their territory, huh? That's interesting. Mm-hmm. Well, you don't have supplies, so... What is Fido? That's... There's something to Fido, I swear. It all revolves around my theory of how AI in this world kind of works. Thank you. Alright, significant after credits now. Hello? 2144, so this is 4 years ago? Almost exactly 4 years ago, actually. It's October. Well, no, it might be November. I don't know which... I don't know if it's 10th of November or if this is 11th of October. I don't know which one they use here in this world. Probably 10th of November. A young Shin being observed by Fido. Interesting. Falling back, okay. It's always been there following. I don't know if these numbers will be relevant later, but good to know. Stay with them till the end. All the things I've seen. Okay, so they are doing month day. So it's 422, okay. Just constantly observing. Ooh. Ooh. Small differences in the heads-up display. Apparently, yes. Seeing them will change your life. Uh-huh. Oh boy. Uh-huh. Hmm. Oh. God, this is horrible, this. Fido just always there, always watching, and always learning, I guess, from everything that's going on. Curious what all the heads-up display stuff means. I'm sure there is meaning behind all of them. I think the bar in the top left that's filled up or not, I think that's light level. Because it's high in the daytime, low at nighttime, depending on how much moonlight and stuff there is. So it's either like time or light level, sun positioning, something like that. Hmm. Not yet, though. No. Okay, and then going back again. Hmm. Okay, and then back to October, present time. How do you have like such a good? Whoa, 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 whoa! We're going back to some of that. We're going back to some of. Oh no! No! Oh, god damn it! I had so many theories on you that I wanted to explore. Oh god. Okay. Wow. Okay, I guess Fido's gone. That's rough. Okay, I wanted to go back there because some of those screens I'm very interested in. Before the timely destruction. Arigato. Okay, so from October we have. Oh, hang on. So that was 9/28. 8/8/21/45. So this is much earlier. So that's like the first time they met. Whoa, hang on a second. Look at this one. Look at this one. Okay, so it's about 23:12. It's hard to get, but I will. I'll print screen this and I'll share it in the Discord because I want to discuss this. That is Shin, his brother, and Annette. This is 2138. So this is. Hang on, let's think about this. They met in 44. At least they seem to see he was moving. So this is 6 years before they even first met as Fido. 2138, huh? This was... When was this in regards to the war? Is this pre-war? Or, like, right at the onset of the war? Oh, I'm trying to forget the timeline. Hang on, where is that timeline post that is on Reddit? For 86, because that timeline will help me here. 1 second. Where is that Reddit post? This is an older one. This isn't actually going to be the one. So, yeah. So, Lena is rescued by Shin's brother in 42. We know that. I think this is pre-war. I think 2138 is pre-war. I'm 90% certain. And in that case, Fido existed pre-war? But it looks like he's just in the grass. Like, this does not look like the perspective of something that Fido would have. And I think this comes back into my idea of what Fido is. Because why can Shin understand Fido as if he's actually having a conversation with him? He hears the voices of the dead. And we've seen that dead people incorporated into the machines and AI of the Legion is possible. Why would the Republic not also have experimented with that in the creation of their own? Maybe it was an arms race between the Empire and the Legion trying to create this autonomous AI. They both had a similar idea as to how they should achieve that. This picture alone is massively trying to reinforce my theory as to what is going on. Now, interestingly, it's still from the perspective and the HUD layout of what Fido was, but this does not seem like something that Fido would see. Like, from his camera angle perspective as being such a large machine, it doesn't seem possible. I mean, it's possible that it's just on the ground, or it's possible that this is a memory of before they were Fido. I'm sorry, I'm so interested in Fido, because Fido is an actual AI. The Republic has made an AI. I just want to hammer that home. Why are they not pursuing that? Why are they not pursuing the idea of this AI? They've got them as, like, support roles. Obviously, they want to get rid of the 86. They're not too concerned about the war because they think it's going to be over. But why is the Legion not expanding past its territory only towards the Republic? Like, there's so many things here that are just kind of contradictory to what would normally happen in a typical war. Well, no, the Legion not expanding. It seems dead set on, we are at war with the Republic, we are not at war with everyone else. They're not like mindless beings that just decimate and conquer the landscape. They are intent on the Republic. By what design? By what hierarchy? We don't know. But that would explain why they might not go after other countries nearby, and why they might actually be able to escape to another country and become refugees from the Republic. Which, in turn, would be a huge failure for the Republic, because it would mean if they spilled some secrets about what happened in the Republic, other countries would know, and the political landscape would massively swing against the Republic, and they'd have more problems than just the Legion to worry about. The Legion's going to kill them and wipe them out at this rate. They really have not done enough to combat this threat, and they won't have done enough to combat this threat. So, not only is the Legion going to be a massive problem, but also the entire world would turn against them politically if this was discovered. But like I said, this image alone, from 2138, I'm fairly certain pre-war. Let me just go back. I want to double check the timeline here. I'm 90% certain this is pre-war. Stellar year 2139, 9 years ago war was declared. This is pre-war. This is pre-war, so why would Fido exist? Why would Fido exist as a supply AI reboot for a war that isn't exactly going on right now? So, I just don't... Didn't say when on 2139, though. It doesn't say what month. Just that year it happened. So it's at least 9 months. If they declare war on January 1st. It's at least 9 months, because this is the 18th of March, 2138. This image alone is so incredible. Honestly. It genuinely is. Oh my god. Like, I think this episode was nice in of itself. Don't get me wrong, I should talk about the rest of the episode. It was a nice episode other than that, seeing them trying to explore. It felt a little listless in terms of where they're going, but that's also kind of the point. It's like, well, we don't really have somewhere to go. We don't have to go anywhere. We are out of supplies, and we could end up like the animals in the zoo, just trapped and dying, with no escape and no hope. But we could also pick a direction and go there. And they kind of have the idea of going to another nation to see what would happen. If they have enough supplies to make it that far, which I don't know if they do. Especially with Fido now gone. I don't know if they have enough resources to go anywhere. And they can't get in contact with anyone. Lena can't help them. So, now what happens to them? They've got very limited supplies at this point, and they can't bring many with them. Like, they can keep themselves as humans alive through, like, fishing and hunting and such. They might be able to live, but as soon as a legion comes about, they would be doomed. Because they can't run the juggernauts. They would run out of ammo. They'd run out of fuel. They'd be doomed. God, that episode. This has fueled so many of my Fido theories, and I love it. I am so concerned that Fido ended up being like one of their childhood friends. And was a similar experiment to what the Empire ended up doing. Maybe it was an Empire experiment, although it was in a Republic resupply thing, so maybe not. But the fact that Fido has this image stored in its memory from pre-war, where a resupply military robot would have no reason to meet with Shin and this. Like, there'd be no reason to. Maybe this is one of Annette's, father's, experiments or something. Maybe he was already contracted into discovering, the Power Raid. When was the Power Raid stuff starting? I forget. From that episode. Maybe that coincides a bit more with the timeline as well. Although, did the Power Raid experiment start after the war? I think it would. They wouldn't be necessarily pushing to get that far if there wasn't an imminent war threat, I suppose, so... Oh my god, that one image has given me so much, and I love it. Anyway, I'm going to call it there just so I don't round it on too long. It looks like my encoding must have failed at some point. Apologize for that. I don't know when it failed. Probably when I was scouring through Reddit and opening up all these other tabs to get into stuff. So apologies for that. But hopefully it's not too bad in all this very crafting. But that's going to do it for today, guys. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed that much as per usual. Leave a like as well as your comments before the episode. Let me know your thoughts on the Fido experiment. Obviously, if you've read the light novels and have read ahead, if there is anything relevant there, please no spoilers, of course, because it looks like this series is going to be adapted at least another season or another part. Whether it goes beyond that is or not, I don't know. It seems decently popular enough, and in theory could necessarily go the long duration with it. I could see A1 Pictures supporting this project for a long time to come. What else are they supporting right now? Apart from new franchises. I mean, Kaguya is one of their mainstays, I suppose. But beyond that, what other main series are they trying to keep going for a long time? I guess Sword Art, maybe? Other than that, Seven Deadly... Well, are they doing Seven Deadly Sins? I can't see it here. I thought they were. Anyway. Yeah, I could see them doing this as a long-term project and something they maintain for a long time to come, but I guess we'll see what other stuff they end up picking up in the future. But like I said, don't forget to hit subscribe as well to see next week's episode, the finale, as well as the rest of the Spring 2021 line. You can find it on the channel. Thank you for watching. Till next time. See you guys later.